Howdy folks, I'm Mama B, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a really cool Halloween decoration. This is one you can wear because that's what I'm having fun with these days. So I'm going to take off 10 inches of wire. Now this is, it's not very specific either, so just real close to 10 inches. This is Derico black 26 gauge. And I'm just going to take this and fold it in half. Now, spiders are best black, so since we're making the spider, we're just going to use black. I'm just going to twist that little loop right there. You can make that loop as big as you want. That's what's going to hold your spider to everything. I kind of don't want it too big, so just grab my other tools. I'll tell you, I don't know the name of these tools. I'm just getting started, but I am having a ball. All right, so we've got our little loop, and we're going to line those wires up straight as we can and grab our little spider butt. So I'm going to use this little bead. It's kind of cool looking when it's all said and done. Looks like a little glass or water spider, something like that. And then we're going to take these two wires and we're going to bend them out. And loop them back into here. I guess you don't really want that too small, because if you do it too small, it gets hard to get these wires back into it, and you're going to have to do this a couple of times. All right, let the body begin. So now we have approximately 4 inches of wire here, and we're going to need 4 legs. So you're going to want to do about a 1/2 inch length of leg per leg. It can be shorter than that if you feel like that's too long. But we're just going to take this and twist it up. And you want to give it a good twist, make it nice and tight. Oh, and also stick that wire back up into that loop again, because we don't want stuff like that happening. Yeah, so do it before you twist it, but you know, it's fixable if you have already twisted it. It's easier if you do it before you start twisting. All right, there we go. Now we're going to start twisting that up. And you want to just twist it nice and tight. Try not to let your tools slip. I find mine slip a lot, so whoops. But nice and tight like that. And then pull that leg right to the side, get it out of your way, go to the next one. Again, we've got 4 legs here we got to do, so don't do it any longer than 1/2 inch. It's probably better if you have a little left over. Slide that back into that loop again, grab it and twist it. Move that one to the side. Do your next 2. twist helps to make those legs look kind of hairy, and that is an excellent effect. Move that leg out of the way and do your last leg. That last leg I got a little short because I was a little nervous if I was going to have enough wire, because every once in a while it happens that it pulls and twists weird, but I got enough wire, so we're doing good. And it's going to be fine if they're not all the same length, because we're going to bend them and they're going to look different anyway. And we'll just leave that up like that. And then we do the other side. I really love this spider because it is just creepy enough, just cool enough to really be effective. It's got a little bit of dainty to it as well. And that might be the selection of the bead. So, you know, choose your beads according to the look that you want. I could see a royal red just looking gorgeous in that, especially if it was transparent like this one. But red toned, wouldn't that look fantastic? This can take a little bit, but don't get discouraged. Just take your time and have fun doing it. Enjoy the scenes around you while you're working it. Back into that hole. You can tell it's starting to get a little bit tight as I get to the end of it. Not even sure, let's see here. Yep, it's getting just a tad bit tight pulling it through here, so. A nice little, I mean, it's a nice little fall day. What better things to do than to build spiders, right? And then we're going to do one more leg. I think I want to twist that a little bit more because I feel like at the top there it's not quite twisted. All right. Looks like I got just enough space for this to go through one more time. A little bit of an assist. Now, in the description below, I'm going to put a link to the tutorial that I saw on Pinterest on how to do these spiders. And you know, mine will have its own little twist to it, but get it because I'm twisting the leg. Anyway, okay, so now you can use these little wires. You can use them to make like a little fang or something like that if you want, or you can just tuck them and snip them off, or you could use it to make the little loop so you can hang it. But whatever you do, there's that. Okay, and then we're just going to give these legs a little bit of spooky shape. So we're going to just give them a joint right there. You see that? Doesn't that look absolutely creepy awesome? And then we're going to do the same on this side. And then you can just shape them however you want. A lot of times spiders like to stand with one leg sticking out a little further, like it's gonna trip you or something like that. There's just lots of, just get it shaped the way you want it. And there is my spider. Now, that's just part of it. Next, we're gonna take these 2 sets of wire. Now I'm gonna set the spider aside so it doesn't go flying. I'll lose it. We're going to take these sets of wire. Now I am not entirely sure what gauge they are because there's some old wire I had, but this one's slightly thicker than this one. And I don't know why you couldn't use the same gauge wire, except for it might be harder to get this to wrap around the other one. So what we're going to do here is we're going to decide how big we want our spider web, because spider webs, they're kind of more silvery. So I'm going to do this for an earring. So I'm just going to do a small one, about 1 inch long. And one of them you'll probably want to do just slightly longer. So we're going to cut 3 of them. And what I'm going to do, I'll just show you right here on this one. Take your tool and just make your little loop right now, because it makes it a lot easier. See that? And now I have something I can hang it with. I can line it up with the other ones and they'll all roughly be about the same length. Now I have these 3 wires. Then I'm going to take this wire, and I'm not cutting this one off. Okay, now, do you remember when you were in grade school and they had you take popsicle sticks and crisscross them like that? And then, this is just a little tricky to get started, but it helps if you put a little twist in your wire to get you going. You want that to be nice and neat and tight. So loop that on and then give it a good little crimp to get it to hold. And try and center that as much as possible. And just start wrapping it around the 3 wires. You want them to kind of spread out like a star. Once you get them started, then go around to the next one, all the way around it to the next one. And you kind of want to work out on your distance as you go on this one now. Around. You see how I do that? Just around it all the way and go to the next one. So on this one, I'm doing the transfer to the next one on the underneath at all times. So you want that to be consistent, because that will help with the overall look of your spider web. Keep these little things just as straight as you can, so don't pull it too hard that it bends it. You don't need it real tied up to it, but with spider webs there's kind of a little bit of inconsistency, so you want to do, different distances as you're looping it. And, get that shape right. Take your time. It doesn't have to be fast. I know with the yarn it's a bit faster, but you want consistency here. Not necessarily in the distance of the webbing, but definitely in the quality of your work. Okay, and then as I'm getting closer to the end, there's a little thing I want to do. So I'm going to eyeball it now and just say I think I can use that much. Cut that off and move that out of my way. And then I'm gonna get my little spider. And I think this is kind of neat. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. You can thread it right through the legs. Those little loops that you were twisting on, you can thread it right through the legs and have that just right there holding on to the web. And then just finish it off. Right, you can do that. Or the other thing you can do is you can have it hanging off of the web. So that just depends on how you want that to look. But I think that's a pretty cool look. Oh, those chickens got excited. Yes, they did. Not as excited as I am, though. And then you just finish off your wire. And that's not going to quite reach that end. So there's that. So because it's not going to quite reach, I'm just going to snip it off there. Use my flesh wire cutter and get those ends tucked in. And then to finish it off, you're going to take these little ends and just tuck them under. And then you just work out your details. This will be your loop so that you can hang it to your earring hoops. And do that 3 times. Or you can just do it once, and this can be your pendant for your necklace if you just want to use a necklace. Isn't that great though? And then this little spider, he'll kind of slide along your spider web like that. Or you can make him really secure and use this to twist him off so that he's super secure and doesn't move. And you know, some people would prefer that. Who wants moving spiders on their ears? Ooh, be careful not to pull that through. You see, I almost did that. That would have been really upsetting. I'll do this end just to make sure I don't. Be sure that's not your leg that you're cutting off there, because poor spider with only 7 legs, you know. From here on out, it is just about making it perfect. for how you want it. Now, because this spider's a little bit floppy, I'm going to fix it by taking that and just looping it onto the extra wire, just looping it onto the web so it will hold it in place, because I don't want it to be flopping, hanging upside down. So if you find that yours does, that's how you fix it. Just loop that final wire in. That'll tie it in for you so that it's all nice and neat looking and stop your spider from flopping too much. And it's all about just getting it finessed. Have it exactly how you want it when you're done. Clamp down those ends so they don't scratch anybody. Don't want a spider bite. Look at that. What do you think? That'd be a great little dangler for Halloween. Folks, do that 3 times, you've got a set of earrings and a necklace. Do it once, you've got a necklace. You could add it to a hairpin and have it a spooky in your hair. You can also just make the spiders and stick them in your hair, stick them to a hairpin. So I will put a link to the tutorial that I learned it from in the description below. Thank you so much for watching our videos, and have a happy Halloween and a fantastic day.